It's a good bounce back win for us today. I thought we started the game with the right tone on the defensive end. And so that was that was by design.
Up until it didn't, Chelsea Gay's name was significant. There is more to her absence from the most recent Team USA squad than a simple roster change. It signifies the dismantling of a long-standing international basketball selection code. The template was sculpted for years by Olympic gold, locker room influence, and veteran loyalty. However, that blueprint has been discarded. The new focus, quick impact, quickness, and flexibility to a worldwide game that is no longer afraid of the red, white, and blue. Gray and Brittany Gurrier, who were formerly untouchables, became disposable in that regard. This choice goes beyond simply going against convention. It confronts it head-on. Philosophy is at the heart of this move, not people. With a youth-focused team that prioritizes agility, shooting, and versatility over tenure and trophies, USA Basketball has completely changed the landscape. The emphasis is obviously on a team that can change with the international game rather than rely on legacy, with Caitlin Clark emerging as the offensive cornerstone. A new era built for 2028 is being ushered in by this difficult but well-planned shift. The leak did not have the same impact as a tidal wave. The whispers at Team USA had escalated into a full-fledged roar behind the scenes. It was Caitlin Clark. Chelsea Gray was not present. Brittany Gurrier has also left. The most startling aspect was that it wasn't a slow political move. It was a straight, clean cut. The choice was made by the coach. That was the slogan that was circulating, resounding like a siren across front offices and locker rooms. It wasn't an act of loyalty. This was a tactic. No one pointed fingers when reporters pressed for explanations, but the quiet said a lot. There was no sugarcoating the fact that the choice had nothing to do with who had performed exceptionally well. It had to do with who was now great. And it's okay if that means putting names that were once automatic locks on the back burner. Olympic gold medalist, WNBA champion, and seasoned playmaker Chelsea Gray ended up on the wrong side of this new line. It wasn't because she lacked talent or accomplishments, but rather because the bar had changed. Team USA wasn't waiting for anyone to catch up since the game had changed. The fact that she wasn't on the roster indicated that she didn't feel the same way. The output of the current was in. This had nothing to do with disregarding her resume. It had to do with concrete facts and hard data. Gray's recent performance had declined. The coaching staff had every reason to change course due to her age, injuries, and job redundancy. The message from the top was unmissable, yet she still had fans and supporters in the media. This group had no intention of looking back. Brittany Gurrier was another. Just her name is powerful. 10 years of supremacy and visibility on the international scene. Gurrier, however, was not exempt. It wasn't a personal decision to remove her from the roster. It was philosophical. No matter how famous, the traditional big doesn't match the new strategy for Team USA, which is speedy, agile, and perimeter-heavy. Gurrier's leadership and legacy are undeniable. However, the coaching staff's sole responsibility was to assemble a team capable of defeating contemporary international opposition. That required making the unimaginable question. What if there is an issue with legacy? What if we are being slowed down by it? Cut the fallout. The internet exploded as soon as the roster was made public. Fans were enraged, perplexed, and occasionally ecstatic. For them, Gray and Grinder's exclusion was sacrilegious in addition to being surprising. A whole different firestorm was sparked by Caitlin Clark's inclusion. Had she not been included in the initial Olympic roster? Had something altered? Or was this the original plan? According to insiders, pressure had nothing to do with the change. It has nothing to do with Instagram followers, jersey sales, or TV ratings. It has to do with fitness, Clark's shooting, her court vision, and her capacity to stretch defenses. She became necessary as a result. Due to her popularity, she was left off the team. She succeeded because the play's approach required her. Although Kathy Angel-Burt didn't provide many details, there was an obvious undertone in the way she communicated the decision. The league was keeping a tight eye on things. In addition to winning, Team USA needed to change. Furthermore, according to Angel Engelbert, evolution entails paying attention to data, adjusting to worldwide trends, and making decisions that may not always satisfy everyone. Indeed, some choices are painful, but her position was unambiguous. This relates to the upcoming chapter. No matter how adorned, clinging to the past won't get the team ready for what lies ahead in Paris or Los Angeles. Joining the team wasn't a publicity stunt. Since the beginning, she has been plagued by the Indiana fever, performing highlight plays and exhausting logo threes as if it were a Tuesday. More than any debate show, her numbers spoke for themselves. And this roster required her skill to alter the game's tempo. Nevertheless, her choice ignited a match in a gasoline-filled chamber. People were asking, how could someone get cut weeks ago and now be at the center of the team? However, those individuals weren't paying enough attention. Clark is not an exception to the way the game is evolving. She is the model. This goes beyond simply changing the roster. It is a redesign of the blueprint. The three pillars of Team USA's new concept are flexibility, tempo, and spacing. The days of using a strong post-up center to overwhelm weaker teams are long gone. That formula is no longer effective. Not when other countries are playing defense, hammering threes, and pushing transition for 40 minutes in a row. Thus, the coaches changed the order of importance. Players that are able to protect the perimeter, shoot outside shots, and transition between 3 or 4 positions. As a result, a younger, faster, and sharper squad was created for the long term rather than for nostalgia. Everything revolves around LA 2028. This crew isn't limited to Paris. This serves as a basis. The new roster's average age is in their mid-20s. A complete generational shift from other Olympic lineups. 2 cycles were taken into consideration when selecting each name. Win today, and during the following 4 years, let's progress together. Clark plays a crucial role in this situation. She is more than just a scorer. The system is built around her. Include shooters, defenders, and running wings. The vision is that a core that perseveres, gains knowledge collectively, and reaches its zenith when the spotlight shines in Los Angeles. However, one name remains when each new one is added. Additionally, the herd is genuine for Griner Gray fans and other veterans. The reputation of USA basketball was established by these guys. Even though it's not their intention, their absence feels like a rubber. Even Caitlin Clark is aware of the gravity of the situation. She remains silent and polite in public, but insiders claim that even she was taken aback by the abrupt change in course. She is not attempting to take anyone's place. She is making an effort to seize the chance. That pressure is tremendous. This is the wider picture. International women's basketball is rapidly catching up. In any case, nations like Spain, France, and Australia don't fear Team USA. They have tactics that penalize teams that adhere to outdated practices, as well as shooters and slashers. The United States would lose if they didn't change. It's that easy. It's now a race against time rather than other teams. Is it possible for this new group to get together before Paris? Is Clark able to lead under duress? If things don't work, will the coaching staff be able to withstand the blowback? What's at stake is that the future of US domination depends on intelligence rather than safety. Caitlin Clark was not merely added to the roster. She was given the go-ahead. The feedback was constant during training and scrimmages. She was testing defenses in ways that Team USA hadn't seen since the heyday of Diana Taurasi. Her range opens up driving opportunities and disrupts organized defensive sets by forcing opponents to guard her 30 feet from the basket. It's not a luxury in today's global game, it is essential. However, it goes beyond the photos. It's the speed with which she plays. She maintains pressure on every possession, weaves passes at impossible angles, and dashes off screens. She wasn't included as a role player. She was called in to take the lead. It's not a little adjustment. That is a philosophical shift at the franchise level. Another quiet name that was omitted from the list was Veronica Burton. Although she didn't make headlines, analysts had chosen her because of her solid play and defensive presence. Nevertheless, she was also benched in favor of players with greater offensive potential, variety, and upside. She didn't do anything improper. The ceiling wasn't high enough, that's why. That is the process's chilly phase. Gaps are no longer filled by USA basketball. They're pursuing dominance, and there won't be any space left if a player can't deliver on both ends at a rate that keeps up with global speed. It's challenging, but the kind of challenging that earns you gold medals. Insiders at the Team USA training camp claimed that the drama was fierce right from the start. Nobody felt secure in their location. Players who were previously thought to be locks were being outplayed. Younger talent was pushing the tempo, chatting more, and demanding the ball. Some of the veterans made adjustments, while others did not. Every day, that strain grew more intense. At one point, coaches were huddled in the corner, taking notes, as a scrimmage came to a conclusion. "We're going to have to be bold," a staff member said to someone. This lineup was shaped by that kind of intensity. Game tape and difficult conversations, not handshakes and recollections. It was also evident in the exhibition matches. There was a change in tempo. The squad wasn't throwing the ball into the post every other trip or churning out slow possessions. They were in the air. Bigs who could switch and defend on the perimeter, wings that spread the floor, and Clark's ability to run pick and rolls. This was a revolution rather than progress. The previous Team USA formula was no longer visible to fans watching those games. They were witnessing something that was quicker, more aggressive, more adaptable, and independent of yesterday's star power. This team was on the verge of disintegrating. Who then made the ultimate decision? Sources close to the staff claim that it came down to one individual, the head coach, but that portion is not public. When it came time to finalize the roster, a choice was made without a vote or appeals. The choice was made by the coach. Because it was so powerful, the quote kept coming up. It goes beyond simply choosing players. It has to do with sticking to a style. You cannot maintain the slow-footed veteran while claiming to want quickness. You cannot claim to be interested in shooting while ignoring the league's top shooter. This coach was aware of that. They also doubled down rather than hedging bets. A few days following the disclosure, Caitlin Clark finally spoke up. She added in a succinct, measured statement that she was thrilled and honored to represent Team USA, and that she will continue to concentrate on improving every day. However, people who know her claim that the fire beneath her is genuine. She is aware of the criticism. She is familiar with the story. Some people think she's only there to sell tickets. But it's obvious where she stands. She intends to unequivocally demonstrate that she is more than just the future of women's basketball. The present is her. And with the ball in her hands, chemistry questions could be the key to that proof. A significant roster change like this raises one important question, of course. Will they work well together? The Olympic stage is harsh. Dominating training camp is one thing. Against teams that have been playing together for years, it's another to come together during a crucial moment. Chemistry is not self-constructing. Additionally, leadership must emerge quickly with a younger group. Despite Clark's prominence, the club will require vocal anchors and colleagues who can maintain intensity without becoming conceited. It takes time for that kind of culture to develop. Furthermore, there is a serious risk because legacy players are no longer present to offer stability. The fallout against international styles will be severe if this team breaks down under duress. Additionally, the opponents are licking their chops. Teams from other countries are aware that Team USA is undergoing change. The new roster has been examined. They notice the speed and youth, but they also notice possible weaknesses, a lack of size, unproven combinations, and a lack of leadership. Cohesion and ball movement have traditionally been essential for teams like France and Spain to remain competitive. They are now expecting that experience can level the playing field. They will body Clark, trap her, switch non-stop, and test each turn. Talent is no longer sufficient for Team USA. This new approach must succeed in the face of adversity, or it will fail.